Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum. Wanted to do a full update. First of all, my bias in my last video was wrong. All right, so my apologies for that. In my defense, though, I always said that that you should always wait for the breakdown or for the breakout itself. Right, so for either the price to move below 1760 is I think the main level we talked about in the last videos, or a breakout above 1840. So I always said that, right? So hopefully nobody shorted because I said that I thought, talking about a breakout, that the bearish breakout or breakdown, whatever you want to call it, was most likely, because I did think that was most likely. But then overnight, during the Asian session or the aftermarkets in the US, we got some good news, which is sending financial markets in general higher right now, and uncertainty and instability a little bit lower. So that's generally good for crypto, but Ethereum itself also had a lot of strength, and that caused us to have a bullish breakout. Now, I exited my short yesterday on Ethereum at the POC right here, so did still make some money shorting Ethereum, which in hindsight seems to have been a little bit of luck, all right, because I thought we would, from here, we had a chance to break down all the way lower. But doesn't matter. I mean, the situation right now for Ethereum is that we have broken out. We've talked about this scenario numerous times within this range, because my bias flipped a couple of times between expecting a bullish breakout and a bearish breakout. We reached the first price target we always talked about, which was right here between 1920 and 1940, which is where we're at right now. We still have a bit of an imbalance left towards 2000, and in general the main price targets that we're trying to get to, and which also seems most likely at this point of time that we're getting to that, and hopefully I'm not wrong again, but that's the level right here between 2100 and 2000, which I mean, if you zoom out, that's a major level. All right, you can see historically that's a very respected level, both as a resistance and as support. So that's what we're trying to get to, and like I said, I think it's quite likely that we'll be able to do that, and that's for numerous reasons. But the first one, and the most important one being, is that, you know, technically Ethereum had quite a lot of balance right here. We broke out, and then the first question, and the most important question I think of this video, is then we have to say, is this a real breakout, yes or no? And I would say it is. All right, yes, we have a lot of imbalance to the downside, and that's also why I think a continued rally into that main price target seems a little bit less likely. So basically that we would continue going up from here, that seems less likely. I think it's more likely we'll pull back relatively soon, in the next 2 days or so. But we have a lot of volume. We have some momentum coming back up here as well. We don't have the same volume as we had at the end of April, but there's also no major bearish divergences. I mean, the volume right now, for example, is not lower than we had the 1st of May. No, it is actually slightly lower, but not in total, not 24-hour spot volume, by the way. So it's not lower in the end, but the absolute volume per 4 hours, that's lower. But there's no major bearish divergences I think we need to be aware of. RSI is also topping out towards 71, for example. So compared to the previous highs, that's it's not a divergence. And then the general financial markets. So talking about, well, Bitcoin, which is not general financial markets, but it's starting to be seen as that. And the S&P 500, which I do see as general financial markets, they're looking good as well. All right. So therefore, look, on the 1 hour time frame here, short term, there are some bearish divergences. If we're looking at the price making higher highs and the volume making lower highs. So therefore, I would say, you know, short term, we might be able to liquidate some more shorts to the upsides, but that's that we will pull back into that level between 1880 and 1850. But from there, I do expect the price to hold, maybe a bit of a bearish breakdown, but from there, I do expect the price to hold and to get a continuation into the zone right here between 2000 and 2100. 2100 being the main target, by the way. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding Ethereum for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, of course. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.